we at ET Now caught up with LIC's MD Vipin Anand to chat on various topics, be it the progress in terms of the LIC IPO, the divestments, as well as his view on equity markets and how positive is the overall hike of FDI limit in the insurance sector. In fact, in an exclusive interview with ET Now, Mr. Anand did mention that Indian equity markets are in for very good times, despite the fact that yes, we have seen the recent rise in the bond yields, and this is because the fundamentals of the Indian economy are fairly strong. There is a lot of liquidity in the system, and also foreign investors' sentiment is fairly positive on India. Speaking about the hike in FDI limit in the insurance sector, he did mention that this is a fairly positive move from the government, wherein that insurance industry is still fairly underpenetrated, and also the fact that insurance industry is fairly capital intensive. The hike in FDI limit to 74% is fairly positive from attracting long-term foreign capital in the Indian insurance sector. Issues regarding control and governance in the insurance sector have already been addressed in the recent budget, and the hike in FDI will also lead to the insurance industry become larger over the coming years, and also he is fairly bullish on the growth of the insurance sector going ahead. Speaking about the progress in terms of the LIC IPO, Mr. Anand did mention that the progress overall is satisfying and they will be able to complete LIC IPO in the current year. There is huge positive sentiment in the market, which leads him to believe that even despite the large size of the LIC IPO, it could be oversubscribed. Some of the views by the anchor investments will be taken by the government, he mentioned. IDBI Bank sale, that is, wherein for the LIC IPO, there is a possibility that reports mention that LIC would have to sell a stake in IDBI Bank, wherein he did mention that he is unsure that IDBI stake sale would be possible as early as March or April, as LIC still needs to realize its investments in IDBI Bank. RBI approval for IDBI Bank is still waited in order that IDBI Bank comes out of the PCA. LIC IPO would also require changes to the LIC Act, wherein he did mention that the changes to the LIC Act are already clearly proposed in the finance bill itself. In fact, Vipin Anand, in a very recent interview to ET Now, did mention that government has already announced that up to 10% of the IPO issue size would be reserved for the policy holders, and the process of discovery of embedded value for LIC has already started. Speaking about the divestments, wherein the government has already fixed a huge target of over 2 lakh crore, Mr. Anand did mention that there is huge positive sentiment in the market, and LIC is one of the major players in the market, and they will be of course doing their share in terms of the disinvestments. In the current year so far itself, they have made total investments of close to 4.3 lakh crore. This is 7% more than the total of the last year, and that LIC would of course be looking out for investments both in the private space as well as in the public space, and LIC being a major contributor to the overall markets itself would contribute to the divestments depending on the quality of the investments available itself. So yes, overall very bullish commentary coming in from LIC's Vipin Anand, and hopefully we should be seeing the LIC IPO in the current year itself.